Day 2, I used to be like this. Before we revamped our forecasting, our capital budgets ran months ahead of cash inflows. And it almost cost us our next generation of fabs. An Intel finance executive, 2009. When Ahmad first heard that admission from an Intel finance manager in late 2009, he saw a reflection of his own early mistakes, pouring money into growth projects without a reliable view of when cash would actually hit the bank. He was chasing bigger orders, faster expansion, and nearly ran his small electronics parts firm dry. The rise and near fall of Intel's cash strategy. Intel was founded in 1968 by Robert Noyce and Gordon Moore. By the early 2000s, it had become the world's dominant microprocessor manufacturer, powering PCs everywhere. But the 2008 financial crisis upended demand forecasts. Intel had already committed billions to build new semiconductor fabs in Arizona and Ireland, with lead times of 2 to 3 years and capex budgets in the $3 to $5 billion range per facility. When sales plunged 30% in the fourth quarter of 2008, Intel's raw material orders, labor costs, and debt service were locked in, but the cash from new chip shipments evaporated. Inventory piled up, vendor invoices, already approved, couldn't be paid without dipping into operating cash. Intel's cash conversion cycle stretched dangerously long, and its free cash flow turned negative for the first time in a decade. Faced with a potential cash crunch, Intel's finance team took 3 decisive steps. Real-time forecasting. They moved from static annual budgets to a rolling 13-week forecast, updated daily with point-of-sale data from global customers. This gave visibility into actual cash receipts and pinpointed shortfalls weeks in advance. Vendor partnership models. Instead of unilateral payment deferrals, Intel negotiated shared risk contracts. Suppliers got partial upfront payments in exchange for volume guarantees. This smoothed Intel's cash outflows while assuring suppliers of future business. Phased capital approvals. Rather than releasing full capex in one go, each fab expansion was broken into 4 to 6 tranches, each requiring a cash flow impact review. If sales didn't meet interim targets, subsequent tranches could be delayed, protecting Intel from overcommitting. Within 18 months, Intel reversed course. The cash conversion cycle shrank from 85 days to 60 days, and free cash flow rebounded by $8 billion. The company not only survived the downturn, but accelerated investment in 22-nanometer and 14-nanometer process technologies, securing its leadership in the post-PC era. So why does this matter to you? Let's dive in and find out. Like Intel, many businesses pour resources into machinery, inventory, or new locations before confirming the timing of customer payments. You might launch a new product line or open a second branch, only to discover that receivables are stuck in limbo, suppliers demand faster cash, and your bank line is maxed out. By adopting Intel's 3 tactics, real-time rolling forecasts, collaborative vendor terms, and phased approvals, you can anticipate cash shortfalls weeks in advance rather than days. Align payables with actual inflows, reducing surprise crunches. Mitigate capex risk by triggering spending only when cash is secured. Tomorrow we'll share 3 mistakes I made when I started my business, and how one simple pivot in my invoicing cycle saved my company from a steep cash flow cliff. Alright folks, let's dive into our engagement and call to action. Do you recognize these cash flow pitfalls in your own operations? If this story resonated, please like, follow, and share, so more entrepreneurs can learn from Intel's turnaround. And don't miss Day 3 mistakes I made when I started my business. As we wrap up Day 2, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. From the early morning sessions to the insightful discussions in the afternoon, we've explored a wide range of topics. Remember, each piece of information builds on the last, so stay engaged and curious. Tomorrow promises even more valuable content. Until then, take some time to review your notes and prepare for another day of learning. See you bright and early. Core lesson: align capital expenditures and operating spend with real-time inflows. Key strategies: rolling 13-week forecasts for early warning, shared risk vendor partnerships to smooth payables, phased capital approvals to prevent overcommitment. Takeaway: anticipate cash gaps weeks in advance and only spend when your forecast confirms the runway. Also, follow and like me for more stories like this. Your next cash flow breakthrough is just one click.